I think one of the most useful things that I brought away from the talk was actually not so much an overall style that I could adapt, but rather all these little very usable techniques that he talked about. One of the things that makes me less nervous is when I'm giving a talk and I'm using techniques and I'm aware that I'm using these techniques. I'm conscious of it. All these little things that I know I'm doing sort of reduce my anxiety and build my confidence in what I'm doing.
Some of those teaching techniques I could use for my own teaching, particularly the organization, how he wrote on the chalkboard, the writing in squares on the chalkboard and checking it off. Those were mental, those were techniques that helped me mentally organize what he was saying, and that I don't have to, when teaching, feel like an entertainer, but more that I could lay out the information and what I want to say in a tone that's more like my own personality.
I think that aspect of using your own personality is very important. I mean, Patrick Winston has his own style of doing things, and as he points out, you don't copy what an experienced teacher does, you adapt it to your own way. But I think he's laid out the territory very well, and the trick for a new teacher is to find his or her own style to do those kinds of things.
Much of what I talk about in this lecture is actually motivated by things that we've come to believe in artificial intelligence. One of those things is that you can't teach a computer anything that the computer doesn't almost know already. And I think that's true of people too. So when you're talking to people, teaching them about things, giving a lecture, you have to be mindful of the things that the people know already and how those things can be brought together to add some small increment of knowledge to what they already know.
I think it really is possible, as Professor Winston was saying, to become a better teacher by knowing what you're doing. That if you just go up without thinking through how you're going to engage the students, it won't work. I mean, it's not enough to just have knowledge and material and what you want to teach them. It really is a skill to get them to care to listen and to understand it and to bring out the finer points of it.
One of the reasons I do this lecture is because I wish I heard it myself when I was a young professor. Knowledge is really power, and if you're going to be doing lecturing, you need to know what the tools are. Just as when you build a box, you need to know how to use a saw and a hammer. And just as you can learn about how to use a saw and a hammer, there are things you can learn about lecturing. There are tools you can acquire.